Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Michael and we're going to be getting right back into some more Reddit stories. If you enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Now, without further ado, let's begin. This story was posted by a user named Job Q in the relationship subreddit. The post is titled, "I caught my GF in a lie by omission. Not sure if it's a sign of something more. I've been with my girlfriend for just over 2 years now. We've both been through a lot. Changes in careers, a couple of moves, and now we're finally in a good spot. She just moved into her brand new home and I have a nice new condo. We're talking about moving into one place and renting the other, although lately that conversation has cooled off. She is a doctor and spends a lot of time at the hospital working, and time at coffee shops with other doctors reviewing notes, studying new material, keeping up to date, attending lectures, and other things they need to review and stay on top of. There has always been one person who has struck me the wrong way. Another male doctor who is 36, whom she studies with. He is fit, tall, single, and from what I can tell, attractive. We'll call him Tom. My girlfriend has always been open when they meet. He has asked her out on a date on several occasions, including just this weekend. She has always told me about that and even shown me the messages if I asked. My ex of 8 years cheated on me for months, so I do have some demons to face and she understands. I'm pretty good at keeping it in check, but Dr. Tom has me on my guard, as this is how it started with my ex. Well, she has enrolled in a dodgeball league on Monday nights as I still go to class and she needs something to do. She hasn't said much about it other than that she was planning on going alone and making some new friends. This is where it changes. Today, we were lying on her couch, she was asleep, and a text preview came in from Dr. Tom. "What time is dodgeball tomorrow? I'm looking forward to it." She never told me she invited him, and she knows my radar is up on him. I prodded a bit by asking, "Hey, are you still going to dodgeball tomorrow?" But just a basic yep is all I got. I might just be paranoid, but this seems very much unlike her to keep this from me. Should I be concerned? Update. We talked. I told her about what I found and how I felt about Dr. Tom. It was a tough conversation. She wasn't happy that I saw anything on her phone, but that wasn't the issue that brought it all down. She felt that after 2 years, the trust should be concrete and that it shouldn't have even been an issue. She showed me everything she and Dr. Tom had ever talked about and assured me they were just colleagues. We talked a lot over the past few days, and tonight she came over when I got off work and said that she just couldn't be with me until I could learn to trust 100% again. Even though it was my demon and I know I needed to work on it, she didn't want to be in the way of my becoming a better me. I need to work on myself and she just can't do us anymore. She cried, brought my house keys back, and told me that no matter what, she'll always be here. She cried some more, then she left. Mitch Suxatron said, "If a man is repeatedly asking out your girlfriend even though she has a boyfriend and she omits that she is still hanging out with him in completely non-work related ways, then yes, I feel like you are allowed not to be okay with it." To this Aria Cannot Sing said, "I had a coworker I thought was a friend. My boyfriend at the time said, I don't think he sees you as a friend, so just watch out for that. I laughed because I really believed we were just friends, and then he asked me out to dinner and a play. Fortunately, he was also a decent sort. So once I said I had a boyfriend, he dropped it and treated me the same as he had before. If he hadn't, I would have cut off any personal contact." Rob Carrot Stapler said, "It feels like the whole asked her out multiple times even though he knew she was involved with someone thing got heavily glossed over here. I have never cheated or been cheated on, but if someone my girlfriend worked with had repeatedly asked her out, even after finding out she has a boyfriend, and she continued to see him outside of work by choice, I would be looking at her funny too. Then to pin it on him as if it's his issue, that seems like a pretty messed up thing to do." This next post was made in the AITA subreddit by a throwaway account. The post is titled, "I want to break up with my GF because I was a dare date. I never thought I'd have to use this old account, but I'm really stuck and need some advice before I potentially end what has been so far a good 8-month relationship." For a quick background, my girlfriend, 24, and I, 27, have been dating for around 8 months now. I first met her at a funeral of all places. I wasn't close to the deceased, they were a friend's uncle, and I was just along to keep him company. In any case, I wasn't particularly sad looking. I was talking with a family friend and smiling, which she noticed and made a pretty morbid joke asking if I put him in the casket. It was so blunt, I just sort of snorted and laughed, and we got to chatting all afternoon, ending up with her number in my phone by the end of it. She was funny, witty, pretty, and a genuinely fun girl to be around. So of course I took a chance and asked her out, which she accepted rather eagerly. My ego was through the roof at that. Little did I know. I came home a little earlier from work last night. Anyway, I came home earlier than planned and overheard my girlfriend laughing with someone on her phone. I was about to surprise her with a little jump scare when she said, and I quote, "I never meant for this whole thing with boyfriend to last so long. I'd never normally date someone like him." She spotted me shortly after saying that. I admit I made a noise I can't even begin to explain, and she heard me. I'd never seen someone go that pale before. She was all wide, teary eyes and quivering lips. My girlfriend then spent the next hour or so confessing that she never planned to date me, but once her friends found out she'd given me her number, they found a picture of me online and apparently found me so hilariously unattractive that my girlfriend just had to fake date me for a week to give me hope. I wish I was joking. Her friends and apparently my girlfriend are all still stuck in their mean girl high school phase. My girlfriend agreed, but apparently forgot about it because we've been dating for 8 months, not 1 week. She told me that she was stupid for agreeing with it and that I was a really good bloke, and that she really did love me but never expected to actually feel that way about me. Why? Because I'm not her usual type of guy. When I asked her to elaborate, she mumbled that she didn't initially find me attractive at all, but after dating for a few weeks, she stopped caring about my looks. I admit I sort of lost my temper here and called her an immature waste of my time. I told her I wished she'd just dump me a week into dating because to find all this out 8 months in when I cared about her, loved her, was really foul. I'm staying with my mom at the moment because I need space to think and vent. Would I be the asshole if I dumped my girlfriend for this? So I've turned my phone back on and it's a mess of texts, voicemails, and missed calls. I've only listened to a couple, but she's absolutely sobbing her heart out and pleading for me to come home so she can explain. Nothing from her friends, mind you, just her. Says it all, really. No idea what to do, but now I feel like rubbish. Update. First of all, thank you to everyone who commented the good, the bad, and the downright bizarre. Now, onto the update. I eventually turned my phone back on after making the original post and was bombarded with voicemails, texts, and whatnot. I only listened to a couple and my girlfriend was sobbing her heart out on all of them, more or less begging me to come home and let her explain. To be fair, I didn't really have much choice but to eventually go back home anyway. It's a house share and I pay rent to live there. Plus, my own mom was basically nudging me back out to let my girlfriend explain herself. So I went back home the next day and she pretty much tore out of her room and threw herself at me. She was sobbing and trying to talk, but kept crying too hard between her words to sound coherent. I know I probably should have been angrier, but I hate seeing her cry. She wasn't just crying, she was sobbing so hard, she was having trouble breathing at a few points. Eventually, I got her to sit down and asked her to explain exactly why I should stay with a woman who not only got with me as a dare, but also still laughed about it with her vapid friends 8 months on. A lot was said, and to summarize so this update doesn't take all night, she more or less said this. Fake names for her friends, and I'm likely paraphrasing, but I've spent about 40 minutes trying to remember it exactly, so this is the gist of it. Girlfriend, I didn't mean to ask you out on a dare. I wanted to date you before they even knew about you. I gave you my number first, remember? When Stacy and Tina found out I gave you my number, they looked you up on Facebook and found it hilarious that you were even trying with me. So they got this stupid dare thing and told me to do it to give all uglies in the world hope. Me. Wow, real mature. You do remember what you said on the phone to whoever it was, right? That you never meant for us to last this long? You told me I wasn't your type. What's your type, girlfriend? Not me, right? Too ugly for you, girlfriend. Stop saying that. You're not ugly, you're just not the type of bloke I'd have picked to date long term. But I was wrong, babe. Look at us, we've lasted nearly 9 months. I love you so much, I really do. How can I prove it to you? How? Me. I don't know, girlfriend, I love you too, but all I can think about is you laughing about me behind my back to them. How can I trust you anymore? Girlfriend, I wasn't meaningfully laughing at you. I swear I wasn't. I just don't know how to handle Tina any other way. She's always been like this, and I just go along with it to keep the peace. Me. So you'd rather keep the peace than stand up for me? Is that what you're saying? Girlfriend, you're twisting my words, babe. Me, no, I'm not. God, why should I stay with you, girlfriend? Seriously, give me a reason. You laugh behind my back. You dated me on a dare given to you by Tina and Stacy, right? And you're still friends with them? You chose them and their cruelty over us and what we have? Girlfriend, we've been friends for years though. Me, I give up. At this point, it was just a back and forth of me trying to walk away and her professing her love and defending her friendship with the Wonder Twins while trying to make me sit back down. I don't know, guys, I'm back home. She's constantly trying to have another talk. I'm tired, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to say. Advice would be wonderful because I'm very tempted to just pack it in. Final update. This should be the final update, you'll see why. So here it is. I'll be brief with this because frankly, I'm done with it all. I tried one last time to get any sort of sense from my girlfriend. I sat her down and told her that I'm hurt and beyond disappointed that she didn't have the spine to stand up to her friends, that she'd rather keep the peace than defend the man she repeatedly claims to love. She got angry and told me I was putting her in a position she couldn't possibly win. If she confronted her friends, she'd lose them but keep me. But if she refused, she'd keep them but likely lose me. She told me she genuinely didn't know what to do. I said that as long as she's enabling Tina and Stacy's crappy personalities, she'll never stop being their doormat. She just went quiet at that point, said it was only Tina, and then kind of shrugged. So I told her that the fact she was even struggling to make a choice between them and defending our relationship was enough of an answer for me. I told her that while I'm not the most attractive bloke, she and her friends were far uglier than I could ever be, and I deserve better. So I broke up with her. It was messy, she got physical, not violent, just grabbing onto me really tight and trying to kiss me while offering sex. She was still full-on ugly crying too. It was crazy. I've seen her cry and get mad, but I've never seen her like that before. It genuinely disturbed me. I left and I'm back at my mom's for a bit. Now I know I'm not a kid anymore. I'm 27, but my mom and I have always had a really good relationship, so I told her everything. She listened and didn't interrupt until I was finished. Then she pretty much said what a lot of you told me. She told me I'm handsome. She told me that my girlfriend is a silly girl who will never have any kind of meaningful relationship as long as she lets her friends bully her around. And then she told me that I'm young and I'll find someone who will love me so much that she'll fight tooth and nail to defend me. I won't lie, I cried a bit. It felt good to feel worth something for once. I didn't really realize how little I felt that way with my girlfriend until that conversation with my mom. She even made me apple crumble, my comfort food. My younger brother, 20, still lives with her too. He's been kicking my ass at chess. The bloke's a wizard, I swear. Mom and I had a long chat about my living arrangements and have decided that I'm going to move back in with her in a couple of months. I've spoken to the agency and unfortunately, they won't let me end the contract early without a payout for the remaining months. So I'm just going to stick around until then and then go. It's going to be awkward since we have to live in the same house share for a bit longer, but I'll manage. I know some of you really wanted me to work it out with her, but frankly, I have too much self-respect to stay with someone who doesn't care enough to defend me from her friends. Not to mention whatever the hell she was trying to do before I left. It seriously freaked me out. Thanks, Reddit. You all helped me make a choice between staying and sacrificing my self-respect to be with a woman who doesn't truly love me as much as she claimed, or leaving her in the hopes that I'll find someone better one day. I hope I chose right, but I guess only time will tell. Thank you all. Comfortable Abject said, who the hell wanted him to work it out with her? To this project, Phoenix said, surprisingly, there were a few people saying that he could maybe overlook how their relationship started since she clearly did love him, which I could understand to an extent. But when it became clear that she would always side with her friends over him, anyone who still wanted him to work it out with her, after all, that was just being ridiculous. A deleted user said, the problem is that he still has to deal with her for a few more months. I don't think the crazy is over yet. Poor guy. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video, and thank you also to partner of the channel, Gamersubs. Use code DLAM to support the channel and get 10% off of your purchase, link in the description. I'm sure many of you like me have a hankering for daily caffeine, so go check them out. Lately, I've been a big fan of Titty Milk and Acid Rain, but they've got dozens of other flavors for y'all to try out. Anyway, thanks again for reaching the end, and I hope you all have an amazing passage of the next 24 hours.